Your thoughts, Dave?
Man, I didn't even watch all of this last night, so I rewatched it.
Oh.
Or Monday night, I rewatched it like the next day or the next morning, whatever. And man, I'm disappointed in you, Tony. I thought we were gonna watch the whole thing where it's like I'm Lana's first husband.
Oh, I mean, I can play it if you really want to, Dave. I could go that route and show the.
And then Lashley poses whoever that chick was, Lana just slapped the hell out of. And then, man, you know what? It goes to show you. It's reminded me of like the '90s because like some Jerry Springer shit, and the crowd was chanting Jerry with all this crap going on. It was a cluster. I think everyone got swerved, bro, because everyone thought. Even I tweeted this out, kind of got it right, but kind of got it wrong. But when I said, "What if Liv comes out?" I kept tweeting at you about that. Like, what if Liv comes out and joins this whole little fracas we got going on with Lana, Rusev, and Bobby Lashley, and it ends up being that no one saw this coming, I think, and some other wrestlers on SmackDown seem pretty pissed off about this. But, yeah, no one saw her saying, "I'm in love with Lana." No one saw that coming.
I mean, with the shorter
180.
All right. What people are upset about mostly is because they have a lesbian woman on the roster, and instead of using her, they use Liv Morgan. That's what a lot of people are kind of up in arms about. Mr. AEW says, hate it all you want, but these kind of things boost ratings. And the thing is,
it did.
Lana said like the ratings increased during the third hour. And not only that, I said it when we first started the show tonight. Between the Fox channel on YouTube of WWE and the WWE official YouTube channel, there's like over 8 million views. 8 million. And there's 2 different videos on the WWE YouTube. It's with the first segment with the men and the woman, with the Lana and Lashley, and into that with Liv Morgan. Both are 3 to 4 million views on both of them. It's freaking insane. We think this is shit. Probably the majority of people thought this was shit. But this is what people go for these days. It's the train wrecks. That's why Jerry Springer was so popular for so long, because of the craziness that would happen on Springer with the fights.
Yeah, fighting, yeah.
And all this stupid stuff. I don't particularly like this is the way that they're going to bring in Liv Morgan. I think that is probably the dumbest way to bring someone in, especially because we don't know where the end run is with this. Are they going to end up putting Lana and her together? Are they going to end up putting Rusev and Liv Morgan together? We don't know what's going to happen with these 4
Can I tell you what I first thought was going to happen? When I first seen her say it was you, Lana, and Lana had that reaction, I thought they were going to start kissing and walk away together. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
I thought they were just going to leave and walk off together. But, yeah, doing it like this, like, we can hate it all we want, but if you think about the Liv Morgan video package, she's kind of been teasing this whole thing all the way. They've been telling me to conform and act a certain way and do this and do that. Now she's her own self. You've seen her latest pictures she put out, coming all wet out of water, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, hey, let's not forget, for some reason, mostly the male audience will get behind a lesbian triangle on TV, especially with Liv Morgan and Lana.
Truth and Loyalty says, whatever the plans were for Liv, they killed it with this. Red Sox fans shit is so cringe. Mr. AEW says, does the wedding angle prove it's more over than most wrestling? Some here forget, including myself, Heyman loves Ricochet and flippy shit, but he is still kind of old school and knew Vince would mark out for the wedding angle. The fact is, ratings do not lie. They prove it that, yes, whether you like it or not, storyline, silly drama, etc., gets people to watch, not 20 minutes matches with zero backstory.
That's true, and I mean, look, we can say we all want more wrestling, we all want this and that, we want more flippity shit, we want less flippity shit. when this is what Vince McMahon sees on, I don't know if he sees it on YouTube, but still, he hears about it, what they're doing on YouTube or whatever. And then the ratings, when they come in, they're doing huge ratings for these segments. People are going to start watching. And the Vince is going to start paying attention to that and give us more of this shit because people are paying attention and watching it. More storylines like adult. Look, Justin has said it to me before on Twitter. Like, he doesn't know if it's so much about this storyline or if it's what it represents. You know, it represents a more edgy Attitude Era storyline, and we would see something like this in the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
we definitely
would. We would. How is this even worth touching on? Since Truth and Loyalty, Bobby's a legit ass kicker and bullshit like that. Yeah, I don't really care what they're doing with Bobby Lashley at all. This was the worst in the Lana and Rusev marriage celebration, if that is possible. Don't ever say anything bad about AEW or anything if you watched that crap.
And Red Sox fans, you can't say that's for kids because that shit was not for kids.
They just threw her there randomly. Basically, yes, basically. I mean, they've been building her up with promos or vignettes.
It seems like this is what it was leading to. Where it's like,
whenever WWE do a wedding for Charlotte and Andrade, I expect the Kabuki Warriors to do some anime shenanigans throughout the whole wedding, ending with the Kabuki Warriors giving Ric Flair a heart attack. Wow, I don't think that marriage will be on live Raw.
Don't think Vince won't try to pitch it. Because if you remember hearing the story, I don't know if people were big Triple H fans, but he told us on one of his DVDs that Vince wanted them to do the wedding on TV.
Yeah, mixed tag match at Royal Rumble has got to happen, probably, most likely. Maybe they do it on a Raw, but probably Royal Rumble. I'm not sure they're actually going to be a lesbian thing. I think she came out to cause trouble for Lana, and the lesbian thing was to mess with the wedding. Says Steve.
No, but if you pay attention to the Twitter feed, they talked about how they started posting these pictures and saying how they did have some kind of relationship. Even have Rusev in the background of one of these pictures where they're standing there together. So they're teasing it up like they had some type of relationship.
So Mr. AEW posted a link in the chat, and it says that Vince McMahon was reportedly very happy with how everything played out with the wedding of Lana and Bobby Lashley that closed Monday's final Raw. According to a new report, the storyline is reportedly planned to continue for several weeks, if not months. It is important to note that this report should be taken strictly as a rumor. The report noted Vince has wanted to do more crazy stories like this, but he has to balance things out to satisfy the people at USA Network and the sponsors. He got what he wanted this week, and the overrun did nice numbers, so Vince is in a good mood. As noted, the wedding was crashed by Rusev and Liv Morgan, who made her surprise WWE return in this segment. There are no word yet on exactly what is planned for the storyline coming out of this week's wedding, but the same source reportedly noted that this could run until WrestleMania. Oh,
you know what I wonder? I wonder if this was originally supposed to be the Mike and Maria thing.
Oh my god!
And they turned it down, you know, because it seems like they were going somewhere with Mike and Maria stuff, and they just dropped it. Now they're not even TV no more.
They have things mapped out for the next few weeks, and this could run until WrestleMania. Vince loves this storyline so much, he's open to more off the wall ideas. All I can tell you is there is some Jerry Springer stuff coming. It was also reported that Liv was not originally supposed to be in the Lana Lashley storyline, but plans changed as Raw Executive Director Paul Heyman wants to push her, so the decision was made to involve her in the wedding program. Officials are reportedly thrilled with the YouTube numbers on the segments and are hoping to see a ratings increase next week for the follow-up to the angle and the official begin of the Royal Rumble build. Monday Night Football will also be out of the way until the fall. Regarding Rusev, the new report from the rumor claims that the Bulgarian Brute will be getting a love interest of his own and that he would come out of the storyline looking good. As noted, this new report on storyline and Monday Night's Raw should be taken as a rumor for now.
Well, they got Brock returning, so the ratings should be increased anyway.
To WrestleMania? Like, are you kidding me? God damn.
Hey, what have we complained about over the years though? That they don't do long storylines anymore.
I think Raw, the Rumble's on the 26th.
The last Sunday of the month or something?
It's on the 26th, yeah, because I'm going to the Raw on the 27th. Yeah, so it's on the 26th. This is never going to end. Trash like this draws viewers as Raw An example: Raw and SmackDown getting $2 million each week. Pure wrestling like NXT can't even do $1 million.
Yeah, Lana did put out a bunch of posts the other night too about saying just because she came out saying this doesn't mean she's gay, doesn't mean she's bi or whatever. There's always different types of sexuality, and there is, and she's right. I mean, and then the other people came out and were kind of upset of. They didn't really tweet upset, but it did seem like that there was a storyline pitched by Sonya apparently that she wanted her and Mandy to do a lesbian triangle or lesbian angle, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be a triangle too, who knows? And I guess they were kind of mad that they didn't get to do it, and people were tweeting about that. How come they can't use her in the storyline instead? I mean, not this exact storyline, but...
Kokina says Lana posts a lot on Instagram. It's probably hard for her to not post anything with her and Rusev. Yeah. And she used to do lives a lot.
The crowd.
Yeah, she used to do lives a lot as well, like Instagram lives. So that's got to be interesting. How do you guys watch it still after seeing stuff like that? Well, they gave us a good match with Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black. That was a good match. We'll go over that on Saturday night. Look, the storyline between Lana and Lashley is not very well written. It hasn't been displayed very well on Raw, and I think this was a waste of Liv Morgan. Even though they want to push her, I think this is probably the worst way they could do it. But who are we to judge? Who are we to say what they should do? Because apparently it's getting big numbers, And I even tweeted out on Twitter during Raw, how many people are watching Raw just to see what happens in the Lana Lashley wedding? And a lot of people said that they were just watching to see what happens. They wanted to see the clusterfuck of the wedding, and that's exactly what it was. It was a big clusterfuck. Absolutely.
Yeah, people were tuning in to watch it, and people were even tweeting about, okay, I'm watching this. Okay, it's so bad, it's good type of thing, where you're just watching it to watch it. And then, was it really bad to add? Look, people can hate how they're using it and they don't like the storyline, but people are watching it, and now Liv Morgan is tied into this big storyline that they're doing, and it's getting big numbers, and it's doing really good. Right. So stop watching it if you don't like it. Don't watch it. Otherwise, they keep going up.
It's the, like you said, it's the train wreck. It's all that in between. People are going to watch and watch and watch, regardless if they like it or not, because they want to see what the outcome is going to be. And that's exactly what a lot of people do these days. They watch it just to see what is going to happen. What's the long run going to be between these four people? And obviously, not everyone's going to be a fan of it, and we're not one of them, of course. We're not really enjoying this at all, but it's a storyline that they've actually put a lot of into. It's lasted for a while now, and they seem to love it, and they seem to they want to build up on it.
I guess that's where they talked about it at. I don't watch it, sorry, so I wouldn't know. Talked about how they talked about Sonya went to them to talk about doing something with Mandy.
Oh, really, Steven? I had no idea. That was on Total Divas? I had no idea.
I think I seen something on Twitter where they said that her girlfriend,
didn't want to.
His girlfriend shot it down or something. Yeah, she didn't want them to do it. And it's all
Mr. AEW said, this storyline reminds me of the Shane and KO storyline, as in long storyline. I don't mean this storyline is the exact same storyline as Shane and I got you. I feel you, brother.
But different, because this one actually people were watching.
Yeah, people actually feel like it seems like they're more interested in. They finally hit on a long storyline, and they finally hit on a long storyline, and it has to be this one. I watch wrestling for actually wrestling, not cringe drama that WWE constantly puts out. That is why I don't watch Raw or SmackDown. Says Ian Dunn. You're right, because the only storyline or maybe developing feud that actually has got me more really interested on Raw is Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy.
Oh,
and that's not even actually. It's not even the KO stuff I don't mind with Joe and Rollins. That's pretty cool too. We'll touch more on that on Raw, because we go over Raw as well on Saturday nights. Certain stuff on Raw, but
you would think they have to end this with something happening on TV with Liv and Lana, or they kiss on TV or do whatever they want to do. I don't know. You'd have to think they do something with that.
Them getting physical, they got real physical with each other. That was I enjoyed that, but other than that
Yeah, but no one watched that Sammy Callahan wedding or that stuff. No one watched that.
that was just horrible last Monday night. We'll go more over it on Saturday night for all you guys. What it, Truth says, who's viewing this besides horny preteens? People maybe, I guess people who don't watch Raw either, baby. The Impact wedding was better with Callahan when he knocked out Melissa. Peckham Ross says, as soon as I saw that big ass cake, I knew Rusev was coming out of it. Oh yeah, yeah, that was too obvious that cake had someone hiding inside. That was just a little bit extreme. But yeah, I mean,
It was surprising.
it's just interesting to see what they're gonna do with this.
I was surprised because, look, yes, I get people are going to say a different way, but I was surprised that WWE went this way just because they seem they're more family-oriented now where they wouldn't go for a storyline like this. That's what surprises me about it. But I get it was like close to 11 o'clock when this aired anyway, so they're probably betting on the safer bet of it anyway, so not too many young kids would still be watching Raw. But I was surprised that they would actually go this way with a storyline again.
Yeah, Liv was, I don't know about feuding with Charlotte, but she had a match with Charlotte, and that's when she kind of just...
That was like on SmackDown. She's like, I'm coming back and changing and all that, and she did.
What did you put, New? We're going to suffer more months until WrestleMania of this crazy storyline. I'd rather see Becky lose to Asuka for the Raw Women's title and have her contract expire after WrestleMania than seeing the worst main roster storyline ever.
Hey, you know what? It's outshining really anything Becky's doing. I mean, Becky's become like a footnote compared to this.
Yeah, she's been put on the kind of the back burner for now. She hasn't had a match on Raw either in a while. But yeah, Liv kind of broke down after the Charlotte match, and we hadn't seen her since then. And then they have her return on Monday night.